Dear cadets, so today I have completed the classification of colloidal solution on the basis of solute particle size, or you can say on the basis of physical state of dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Study how many types of combinations were formed on the basis of physical state of dispersed phase and dispersion medium. 8 types of combinations were formed, and including their examples I have covered. Now today study only I told you this question. Now today again I have written their answer also. Why is gas and gas colloidal solution not formed? Try to understand. As far as true solution is there are 9 types of combination on the basis of physical state of solute and solvent. So same should have been in the colloidal particles also, or in colloidal solution also. But here the last combination, gas in gas, is not possible. Means gas colloidal solution is not possible. Why? It does not form. Why? See, simple thing. What is the definition of colloidal solution? Are colloids? Colloids are the heterogeneous solution of two homogeneous phases. Means what is the first and foremost characteristics of colloids? Colloids should be heterogeneous in nature, but whenever gas and gas mix together, always they form the homogeneous solution. So gas and gas mix together, resulting into the formation of homogeneous solution, and that will not fit into the criterion of colloids or colloidal solution. That is why gas and gas the mixture does not form the colloidal solution. The first and foremost essential criterion to be colloidal solution is mixture should be heterogeneous in nature. Gas and gas mixture is homogeneous in nature. That is why it is not considered to be colloidal solution. The first question is over. Second question is, what is hydrosol or aquasol? Yesterday I discussed so many questions. What is sol? What is gel? What is emulsion? What is aerosol? Such type of 1 marks question they may ask. So since yesterday only I clarified those questions, here some new questions I have asked here. What is hydrosol or aquasol? Okay, so the colloidal solution in which water is used as dispersion medium. Means what is aquasol or hydrosol? Aquasol or hydrosol is the colloidal solution in which water is used as a dispersion medium. Means when water is used as a dispersion medium, that is hydrosol or aquasol. What is alcohol? Alcohol is nothing but a colloidal solution in which alcohol is used as a dispersion medium. What is aerosol? Colloidal solution in which air is used as a dispersion medium. What is benzosol? Colloidal solution in which benzene is used as a dispersion medium. Like that, some more questions are there. Like what is sol? Yesterday only I completed. What is sol? What is gel? What is emulsion? So please complete all those questions. Sometime in 1 marks question they may ask. So I am hoping that you will complete all those things. So dear cadets, just please note down these terms also. What is sol? Just see. The term itself will suggest you the meaning. Sol, solid in liquid. What is the meaning of sol? Solid in liquid. Means colloidal solution in which dispersed phase is solid and dispersion medium is liquid. Example you can write. The best example is paints. Okay, paints is best example. Another one is what is gel? Reverse of sol is gel. Means dispersed phase is liquid and dispersion medium is solid. What are the best example? Curd is the best example of gel. Okay, solid is more, liquid is less. Okay, next one is emulsion, where dispersed phase and dispersion medium both are liquid only. Best example is milk. So in this way, these terms just remember for 1 marks with the example. Keep ready. in last video I told you, I reminded you, sometime 1 marks question they will ask what is the dispersed phase and dispersion medium of milk, anything they can ask. So just think of this one, study in detail, then you will come to know. Now I am moving to the second classification of colloids. What is this one? On the basis of interaction between dispersed phase and dispersion medium particle. So I am switching over to the second classification. B number. What is this one? Classification on the basis of dispersed phase on the basis of interaction between dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Classification on the basis of interaction between dispersed phase and dispersion medium particle. You can interaction between dispersed phase and dispersion medium. So just see, there are two types. First one is lyophilic. The second one is lyophobic. Okay, so just see the word. What is there? Lyophilic. Lyo means liquid. Lyo. Lyo means liquid. Okay, and philic means love or affection. Okay, what is this one? Lyophobic. Lyo means same thing, liquid, and phobic means hated. Okay, hated. So just try to understand here. The meaning of liquid means they are talking of dispersion medium. What they are talking of? Dispersion medium. Okay, here also dispersion medium. Okay, no problem at all. So just try to understand. In lyophilic colloids means these are the colloidal solution in which dispersed phase particles have got great affinity for the dispersion medium. Are you getting my point or not? Dispersed phase particle has got great affinity for the dispersion medium. What about in lyophobic? In lyophobic colloids, dispersed phase particle has not got great affinity for the dispersion medium. Okay, they have not got the affinity for the dispersion medium. So this is the explanation of words. There are so many features, there are so many characteristics. So what I will do, I will create here two columns, but don't think that I am going to write the distinction or differences. Just one by one all properties I will explain, and meantime your comparison study will also be ready, and very easily difference you can write. So dear cadets, now all the characteristics of lyophilic colloids and lyophobic colloids I have tabulated in column. So just try to understand. The first point is very clear. What is lyophilic colloids? Lyophilic colloids are those colloids which have got great affinity for the dispersion medium. That is why they got name lyophilic colloids. In beginning only I told you the meaning of lyophobic and lyophilic word. Now what about lyophobic colloids? colloidal solution in which dispersed phase has not got affinity for the dispersion medium, rather they have got hatred towards the dispersion medium. So the first one is very much clear. Second one is lyophilic colloids are reversible in nature. What do you mean by reversible in nature? Try to understand. In colloidal solution, means let it be lyophilic or lyophobic. Basically two things are there, dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Try to understand, if you remove the dispersion medium from the lyophilic colloids, okay, so it will become dry, okay, again add the dispersion medium, again lyophilic colloid will be reformed, okay. So what is the meaning of this one? Reversible means already I wrote here, it is reversible in nature because once dispersion medium is removed, again it can be formed by re-addition of dispersion medium. Okay, I am hoping that you have not got. Okay, I will give you the example. First you see the example of lyophilic colloids: glue, gelatin, starch, proteins, rubber. They are the examples of lyophilic colloids. Just see, I will take the example of glue, goond, okay. Glue, just try to understand, make the solution of glue, okay. After making solution, just keep that one under sun ray, okay. So whatever basically you have used water as a dispersion medium and glue particle as a dispersed phase particle. So you have got the colloidal solution of glue now. Now if you keep this one under sunlight, then what is there? Water will evaporate or not? Now what is left will be there? What will be left there? Only glue particle will be there. Same glue particle you collect and again add the small quantity of water, again you will get the colloidal solution. So what is the meaning of this one? Lyophilic colloids are reversible in nature because once the dispersion medium is removed, again they can be formed by the re-addition of dispersion medium, okay. What about this one, lyophobic colloids? It is irreversible in nature. Once the dispersion medium is removed or precipitated, so they will be permanently dry, they cannot be formed again, okay. So they are irreversible in nature. Another one is lyophilic colloids are highly stable. Now what is the meaning of stability? Once I explained you the meaning of stability of solution, you prepare the solution and keep it undisturbed for some period of time. If it gets settled down, it means what is there? Solution is unstable. The stability means the particle of solution should not settle down. Same way, just try to understand lyophilic colloids. Lyophilic colloids, they are stable, okay. Means you prepare the solution, prepare the colloidal solution and keep it undisturbed for some period of time, then also they will not settle completely. One thing. Second one, to check the stability, you do one thing, add a small amount of electrolytes, okay. Add small amount of electrolytes. After the addition, what you will see, that the colloidal particles gets precipitated or coagulated. Both words can be used. So if coagulation is there, precipitation is there, it means colloidal solution is unstable. If coagulation or precipitation is not there, it means what is there? What is there? It is stable. I will tell you the examples. Now Great Barrier Reef you might have heard. Great Barrier Reef, have you heard or not? This is the natural barrier reef which is found in Australia. How it is formed, do you understand? Just see. In sea water, what is there? Different types of salts are there or not? They are the salt. And try to understand, these salts are neutral. They are neutral or not? And they are electrolyte only. So try to understand, near the Australian sea, what is there? What is there? Water is little bit acidic and basic in nature. Either some part acidic, some part basic in nature. and when electrolyte is added in that water, so the same compound, those they get precipitated. And now because of the precipitation, layer by layer, big layers are formed. That is only, they are the coral reef. What is that one? Coral reef. Means in the nature itself it is happening, coagulation and precipitation. And Australia Great Barrier Reef is the best example of this only. So here also prepare the colloidal solution, add small amount of electrolyte. If they are coagulating or precipitating, it means they are unstable. If they do not precipitate, it means they are stable. So just see, lyophilic colloids, even if electrolyte is added, it will not precipitate or coagulate. Even if you are adding huge amount of electrolyte, then also their precipitation won't be there. Even if they are precipitating, so very less quantity of precipitation you will have. Remember this one. For the precipitation of lyophilic colloids, huge amount of electrolyte is needed. Similarly, what about here? They are less stable. What is this one? Lyophobic colloids are less stable. They are highly stable, they are less stable. So after the addition of small amount of electrolyte, they precipitate or coagulate. To understand the meaning of coagulation, I will tell you the example. Just see. Suppose your mother want to split the milk. What they are doing? They are adding the lemon or not? They are adding lemon. Once the lemon is added, then what is there? Splitting of milk is itself an example of coagulation. Once the milk is split, then what is there? After the addition of small 1-2 drop of lemon juice, your milk will be split. And when it is split, then what is there? Particles are coming up or not? They are only the coagulated part. Okay. Of course, in the dairy industry, coagulation word is not used, but for the sake of simplicity, I took the example of that milk only. That is the best example. So they are lyophobic colloids are less stable. That is why they need stabilizer. What they need? Stabilizer. For the better understanding of coagulation, precipitation, stabilization, in this unit only further you will study. Next one is particles are true molecules. Means lyophilic colloids particle, they are true molecules. They are true molecules. What about lyophobic colloids? Lyophobic colloids, they are aggregated molecules. Aggregated molecules, what is the difference between true molecules and aggregated molecules? True molecules which is having individual identity, individual existence. Aggregated molecules means collection of many molecules. Okay, so they are the true molecules. Okay, next one is, try to understand. They do not show the Tyndall effect. Just see, as compared to lyophobic colloids, their particle size is small. That is why they do not show the Tyndall effect. What about this one? They show the Tyndall effect. Here you can write, they show the Tyndall effect. Tyndall, Tyndall effect, due to bigger size of particle. Another one thing is, lyophilic colloids are highly hydrated. Why they are highly hydrated? Because they have got the great affinity for the dispersion medium. So they are highly hydrated. What about this one? They have got hatredness toward the colloidal, means toward the dispersion medium. That is why they are less hydrated. Why they are less hydrated? Now, what are the examples? Glue, gelatin, starch, proteins, rubber. What about lyophobic colloids example? Metal solution, means solution of silver, solution of silver in water, or solution of silver in other solvent, solution of gold in water, or solution of gold in other solvent. They comes under lyophobic colloids. Similarly, iron hydroxide, aluminium hydroxide, arsenic sulfide, AS2S3, they are the What they are? They are the lyophobic colloids. Lyophobic colloids examples. Okay, there are one more thing. Just see, if dispersion medium means if dispersion medium is water, so lyophilic colloids are known as hydrophilic colloids or hydrophilic salt. This point should also be written. Just see, make this one point number 7. If water is used as dispersion medium and dispersed phase particle has got affinity for it, then it is known as hydrophilic salt. And what about this one? If water is used as dispersion medium, if water is used as dispersion medium and dispersed phase particle has not got affinity for it, then they are known as hydrophobic salt. So in the simple language, what we can say, if lyophilic colloids, if water is used as a dispersion medium, that is known as a hydrophilic colloids, and lyophobic colloids where water is used as a dispersion medium, that is known as hydrophobic salt. Are you getting my point or not? Water can be used in both cases, but only the thing is, hydrophilic salt means water is used as a dispersion medium and dispersed phase particle has got great affinity for it, so they are hydrophilic salt or hydrophilic colloids. What about this one, lyophobic colloids? If water is used as a dispersion medium and dispersed phase particle hasn't got affinity for it, so they are known as hydrophobic salt. There are so many differences and some other characteristics are also there, but as far as the basic knowledge of this one is concerned, you have got the enough idea. Now point by point I wrote, you can write as a distinction manner also. You can use this one for distinguishing between lyophobic and lyophilic colloids. So that's all for today, because I have got some other work. So I think this is the minimum time video of my 12th class. Thank you.